Hey, ARMY. You're not alone. Here at K-Trend Spot, we're in this together, feeling the warmth of BTS's stories, their laughter, and their journey. From grand stages to hidden heartfelt moments, everything is here just for you. Let's dive in. That night felt like something unplanned, yet also inevitable. A night when millions of hearts froze before their screens, witnessing what would later be remembered as Jungkook's most honest, most stirring, and most painful confession. For the first time, we didn't see him as the Golden Maknae, not as the perfect K-pop idol, not even as the ever-smiling main vocalist on stage, but as a human being who finally said with a raspy voice, "I've held this in for too long, and I'm tired of pretending." Those words slipped slowly from his lips, and over 8 million people watching the live stream that night fell silent. No sound, no comments. The live chat, usually flooded with heart emojis and praise, suddenly froze. A universal silence emerged, because no one was truly prepared to hear what Jungkook was about to say. Then he continued, softly, "I've hurt someone I love deeply, and I don't know how to fix it." His eyes stared straight into the camera, as if the world had narrowed to a single lens. His voice cracked. The usually calm face now looked fragile. In an instant, the meaning of his words spread like lightning through the fandom. ARMY knew exactly who he meant. This wasn't fan speculation, not the wild imaginations of drama lovers. This was a confession without a mask. Without a script, without censorship. Jungkook was talking about Taehyung. Shortly after the stream ended in a lingering silence, Taehyung appeared, not through a scheduled post or a promotional message, but through his own live stream. No artistic visuals, just his face, staring straight at the camera. He sat on his favorite chair in a room familiar to ARMY, with a plain white wall behind him. But his expression was like a storm that hadn't yet exploded. Less than 3 minutes after Jungkook ended his stream, Taehyung started his. No sweet greeting, no annyeong or soft signature laugh, just one long breath, a piercing look into the camera, and a single sentence. "Do you know what it's like to not be able to hate the person who hurt you the most?" Not a typical opening, and that night was anything but typical. His voice was heavy, his eyes slightly red, but not yet crying. Not yet. He looked like someone who had held everything in for far too long, and now had to face the truth without armor. "I forgave him even before he apologized," Taehyung whispered, "because I knew he was too afraid to lose everything, including me." That sentence hit like a storm in a quiet sea. The fandom was stunned. Was this love? A broken friendship? Or something far more complicated and darker than anyone had ever imagined? Taehyung then revealed that their relationship, whatever form it had taken, had been fractured since the previous year. Not because of something trivial, but because of a betrayal of trust. "There are things you don't know," he said, "not because we wanted to hide them, but because we ourselves are still trying to understand. He didn't give specific details, but his tone, the long pauses every time he said he, and his hollow gaze were enough to convey that this wasn't tabloid gossip. This was about real wounds, wounds that hadn't healed. Fans began piecing together the parts that had felt missing, the backstage interactions that vanished, the glances that no longer met on stage, their absence in joint posts over the past 8 months. That night, everything finally made sense. I don't hate him, Taehyung continued, but I've learned to love myself more than trying to fix something that keeps hurting. That sentence sounded like a farewell, but more than that, it sounded like a truth that could no longer be denied. Some fans cried while watching the live stream. Comments like, "Please talk to him. Don't let this end." And "I feel shattered," flooded the screen, but Taehyung simply took a breath, lowered his head for a moment, then said, "Sometimes, even the greatest love isn't enough to heal two hearts that are too broken." The fandom world would never be the same after that night. Even the world of K-pop would be forever changed. Because that night wasn't just about two idols. It was about humanity, about pain, about two people who once saved each other, now having to let each other go. Taehyung ended his stream without a final statement, no dramatic closing, just silence, one last breath. Then the screen went black, and with it, the world dimmed too. All that remained were tears, speculation, and a silence that hung like fog. The only question now is, was this truly the end? Or the beginning of something more honest?